Good morning, buenos dias, buenos dias. Hey everybody, well, whoever's watching this, I am back in Florida. You know, the job thing gets in the way. Gotta pay the bills. So I am back in Florida trying to do just a local trail. Could have heard somebody behind me. Local trail near my house. Flat, as you can see, for miles. It is probably a 4-mile loop. It's not really a loop, it's actually 2 loops. You do one like a figure 8 kind of a deal. But I'm testing the camera out for different resolutions. All the videos that are recorded on the AT, I did them at 1080p, 30 frames per second. A few I did at 60 frames per second. I did not want to do 4K recording because it takes too much storage. But when I upload the videos to YouTube, they don't look smooth and a little grainy, especially on the lighting conditions. If it was somewhat dark. So I'm trying to see, take the penalty on the storage and record at a higher resolution and edit those. I'm not sure if it has to do with the editing software that I'm using or if YouTube is lowering the resolution on the video. So I gotta figure that out. It's also the way you export and the video, and then the software does the rendering of it. So it has something to do with that. I turned off HDR. I think I had HDR on. I heard some nightmares about that as well. So just testing out different resolutions to see which ones will work out best for recording. And while I come to do a small hike here, I'm not even carrying a full pack, just a little tiny day bag with a water bottle and a snack. 2 hours out here maybe. So we'll see how this one turns out. Also, it has something to do with the camera. I record a lot in wide angle, so that also has something to do with it. I'm trying to only keep it at 1x with the front camera. I'm not the front, the rear camera, as opposed to the front. I think this is where the loop comes back. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the outside perimeter. Oh, nice little creek here. I was gonna say it's a little cascade here, but it's probably just the. I'm not sure I would want to drink that. Probably a lot of agricultural runoff. There's a bunch of agricultural fields here. It's just a ditch that goes across. Yeah, I would have to be very desperate to drink that. There's a turkey. It's almost turkey day. Gobble, 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 gobble. So that's where I was coming from. And check this out. All of these saw palmettos. But in between them, look at this field. Look at this field of these yellow flowers. Not sure if they're margaritas or not sure what to call them actually. Look at this one. Perfect. That's awesome. I'm zooming in. All the way. 15. Okay, back to 2. 1. Well, I am about a mile and a half, almost 2 miles in. 1.53. And most of it is open to the sun. But it's early in the morning. It's not, I think it's just 8 o'clock right now. Sun's been out for about an hour now, maybe over an hour. And there's some shade when you get to these old oaks. So like this one, that's got to be over 100 years old. This one's dying. But look at these old ones over here, all these hammered oaks. They must have been here for a long time. And then it just goes around this county property. And then you get to the open areas like this where it's just a bunch of pines, young pine trees. This probably used to be agriculture fields long ago. I started recording again on the wide angle, shooting at 4K, 30 frames per second. Let's see what this one looks like. I've been shooting in 1X and zooming in a couple of times on certain things. So I'm back to the open field. Just doing a pan across this palmetto field with all those pine trees. So yeah, this is kind of like what it feels, what it's like to hike on the Florida Trail. You got all this flat farm fields and forests that either county properties, state properties, some private properties, the way they build the trail. This one is county maintained, so they make it accessible to the public for outdoor enjoyment. To just come out, and there's no hunting here. No, actually, I'm not sure they allow hunting certain times of the year, but at least they mow it once in a while. Oh, one of the things I was quickly reminded, I haven't hiked in Florida, and gosh, I don't remember the last time I did a formal trail. It must have been the Little Manatee, maybe in the summer, before the summer. That's the last time I was out on a trail like this for miles. And hadn't come out early in the morning like this with the morning dew in the grass. And look at my shoes. My socks are all squishy. Squishy from the water, from the morning dew. You kind of see her in the grass still. And even though the grass is probably was mowed not too long ago, but it grows fast year round. Florida, it's always green. If the grass had been taller, like if I was walking on stuff like that, which I've done before, yeah, I would be all over my legs up to my waist in water. And it's not because standing water, it's just morning dew. And I don't remember my feet being wet like this when I was hiking the AT a couple of weeks ago. AT is well manicured. There's no grassy. Well maintained. It's either a squirrel or a bird. I had to turn around because I thought it was a person. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera around on wide angle and see what my ugly face looks like. Yeah, so I use this one a lot and on the wide angle, and then I turn it around so I can see it. I just did a short video earlier on 1X, and it was only like part of my face. I hate showing my face on videos, and it looks like I overdid it when I was on the AT. A little too much of me. I even had one subscriber comment to show less of me and show more of the trail. I think, he meant, or she meant good by it, saying we want to see more of the trail so we get the feeling of being there with you. So show us more of the trail, and not your face so much. And I was doing it because I was telling a story, and I wanted to put my facial expression into the story. But I realized that, you know, if you're making a hiking video, most people want to. Well, I don't know. In my case, I watch hiking videos mainly so I can see the terrain and what the trail is like. But I don't mind a little bit of a personal story. And this is just my opinion, but sometimes when I see female hikers blogging their hike, they tend to do this a lot, where they show themselves a lot more than what the trail is like. They might show a nice view here and there. They will point the camera at the trail or at the view. But in my opinion, most of the female hikers that I watch on YouTube, they tend to record themselves or their friends, their family, more than male hikers. And maybe it's just my observation, maybe it's just my assumption, but so I just have this thing, you know, I try not to show my face too much. It took me a while to get used to the camera and then putting my face out in public, putting myself out there for the whole world to see.